Hey y'all, it's Liz. Welcome back to Duskwood Farm. Today I'm in our baby bird nursery and we're gonna be talking about our chicks. Alright guys, so we have 7 chicks and they range in age from about a week to about 2 weeks. We got them from our friend's farm. They had a couple of hens go broody in secret, and by the time they found out, the eggs were pretty far along. So we agreed happily to take some of the eggs, or take some of the chicks. Although we did end up incubating 3 of the eggs here, and 2 of those hatched. So to introduce our baby chicks to our older chicks, we used kind of a change in environment strategy. Basically, at that age, the chicks were still super freaked out by me cleaning the brooder, and so I kind of used that to my advantage. So I moved the freshly hatched chicks out of the incubator once they were fluffed up into the box that I put the chicks into when I'm changing out their shavings and everything. Then I put all of the older chicks into that box, cleaned out the brooder like usual, and then I put them all in there together, and it was as if the baby chicks had been there the whole time. The older chicks didn't mess with them at all. So you could do it that way. And then if you have space, you can also do the look, don't touch method, which is another really popular method for integrating your new birds to your existing flock, which is basically where you have a second setup within your setup where the birds can see each other, but they can't really interact, and that gives them time to acclimate and get used to each other. Obviously, if you're introducing new birds to an established flock, you want to make sure that you have a good quarantine period and that you're closely monitoring your new birds for any signs of illness, because a lot of times underlying disease can really crop up from that stress of a move. So you want to make sure that you're watching your new birds really closely before you allow any kind of close proximity or contact to your existing flock. So as far as what kind of chicks we have a barnyard mix of rainbow egg layers. Our friends have a rainbow egg flock consisting of an olive egger rooster, and then the hens they have barred rocks, they have Orpingtons, they have French black copper Morans, they have Brahmas, East eggers, and olive eggers. So a huge variety, and we have some pretty good guesses as to what our chicks are. We have 3 that are definitely barred rock mixes, because they're barred. We have 1 that we suspect is a Brahma mix, simply because it's freaking massive and it's super duper friendly. That one is feathering in partridge. And then we have 3 more that we suspect are black copper Morans mixes. One of them is solid black. One of them is black with white wingtips and feathered legs, and the other one is black with white wingtips with clean legs. So that's our best guess. Those 4 or those 3 we're not 100% sure of, but we're pretty confident on the others. So it'll be really fun to see which ones end up being hens and what color eggs they end up laying. These guys should be laying around Valentine's Day, but you know, with chickens, especially birds that are coming to laying age in the winter months, we might not see any eggs until early spring, which is totally fine. So as far as the setup that we have for them, we have a Brinzia chick warmer, which is the 20 chick size. However, after seeing it with 7 chicks, I probably wouldn't try to brood more than 10 to 15 chicks under it, maybe not even 15, just because as they get older, they still need that heat source, and I really don't see how 20 standard size chicks are gonna fit under that. Even at 2 weeks old, the bigger chicks take up a lot of space under there, which I'm sure you'll see when I show you guys the inside of the brooder. But they love to sit on top of it as well, so the fact that it comes with a clear guard that goes over the top is really, really nice, because I'm able to clean that off like multiple times a day. And then we have just a regular food and water that we got from Tractor Supply. I'm not crazy about the feeder, just because the feed doesn't come out really readily. So I actually ended up just taking the top off of it and filling the whole thing up with feed, just like a flat feeder, but the water works fine. And we have those up on a platform, which you'll see in there. That just keeps the shavings from piling up in there when the chicks are scratching and digging around in the bedding. One of them is having a fake dust bath right now, some of the chips, so they're super funny. And then obviously make sure you have a lid on your brooder. You won't need it for the first few days, but around a week old, they will try to jump out, and they will be able to fly up and perch on the edges unless your brooder is like insanely deep. So we have ours in a huge Rubbermaid bin that's like 18 inches by, I want to say it's like 36, so like 3 feet by 1.5 feet. And we'll be building them a bigger brooder to grow out in probably next week, so that they're not cramped in there, and they have plenty of room to run around and scratch until they move outside. So let me go ahead and show you guys inside of the brooder, and I'll show you the babies. All right, so here is the inside of the brooder. You can see all of the chicks over there, and then one plotting her escape over there. Here's the feed and the water and the platform that I mentioned, and that's what I was talking about when I said they will make a mess on top of that warmer, but this thing comes off, and I cleaned that this morning, so that's an idea of how dirty they can get that. For the first week or so, I use a small flake pine shaving, and then I move up to a bigger one once the birds are a little bit bigger. And then, as you can see, any like extra food or poop or anything like that just falls through underneath. This bird right here is the one that we suspect of being half Brahma. That one is actually 4 days younger than the chick standing next to it, and you can see they are about the same size. And then these two over here with the white tips on their wings are the ones that we think are Moran's crosses, as well as this solid black one over here. And then the three here, this one here, and this one up here are the ones that are obviously barred rock mixes, because, I mean, look at the feathers. That's a barred rock. As well as that one. This one I thought was a barred rock mix, but now I'm not 100% sure because it looks like there's only black on the tips of the feathers. So it'll be interesting to see how that one feathers out. But yeah, these are the babies. Super, super cute. Big stretch. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention was that for this warmer, I really like that the legs are adjustable. Since we have an age range of about a week, we have obviously different size chicks. So we can have the legs higher in the front and lower in the back, so that the warmer is actually on an angle, and that lets the chicks kind of be as close to the heat as they want or need to be. Alright guys, well that does it for our little brooder setup and chick intro. Definitely let me know if y'all want to see more footage of them as they get older and feather out more. I'll probably do a video about how I make the brooder for when I make them their bigger one next week. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some footage of when they were really itty bitty little babies for y'all to enjoy. And our next video will be all about our ducklings, which are right behind me. So be sure to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, y'all take care.